If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, or maybe you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love my boots. And I really ditched the sneakers, and I would never go back to sneakers, unless I'm really working out, obviously, but I would never go back to sneakers because I made the switch to boots, and I think that most guys really would benefit greatly from switching over from sneakers to boots. So a couple years ago, I was walking around campus, and I was freezing. My ankles were freezing. It was a really cold day, and a lot of guys around me also were wearing sneakers, and I was thinking, I think it was Stan Smith's, and I was thinking, like, there has to be a solution. Obviously, I could just buy socks, like high socks, but I think there has to be a solution for the cold weather. So really, I went out, I bought a pair of Wolverine 1000 miles, a cheaper pair actually from DSW, and I felt much better. Like my feet, my ankles were warmer. So since they were just more functional, they were keeping me warm, I wore them a lot more often, and I started to notice a lot of other benefits. So one of them was that there was a lot more support, and something that I definitely noticed wearing sneakers is that because they're low top, like whenever I would hit a rock, let's say, or like a substantial rock, or even like stepping on the curb, that my ankle could roll. And I remember thinking, how many times have I slipped or rolled my ankle? And I felt like because I had a lot of ankle support with this thick leather, that just didn't happen anymore. So I started reaching for my boots just a lot more often than I went for my sneakers, and really it started out as functional, but I started to love the look. I bought a few more pairs of boots, and really since then, I've realized a lot more reasons other than just functionally why I really prefer boots a lot more than sneakers. I think you should also universally speaking, why guys would and should love boots a lot more than sneakers. The leather is just such a better quality than what you might find on a sneaker, especially if it's a synthetic sneaker. What you'll find on a boot is a really high quality piece of leather that's really not gonna break down. And I know for me, like every time I buy sneakers, it would only last a few months, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but especially because white sneakers are my favorite, that at the end of the season, they were dirty, and then I don't like them anymore, so then I have to throw them out, or they stink. And for me, the boots, something that's amazing and refreshing to me is that when you buy a pair of boots, they really just get better with age. You see all the scuffs that come on the boots. That, to me, is a symbol of pride, an emblem of, like, how much you've actually worn them. And to me, they've gotten more comfortable. Also, the footbed underneath, instead of just having, like, a foam footbed, which a lot of people, I feel like, convince themselves of the foam mushiness of that, like, what do they call it? Like the cloud foam or the Boost, the Adi Boost. I feel like they convince themselves that it's really comfortable. To me, the way boots start out is a nice hard footbed, and it molds to your foot. So you literally get a custom pair of shoes that literally mold to your foot. To me, that's exactly, even if you think how nature intended it, your foot like needs like support, and the only way you're gonna get support is if there's something that's there, that's hard, that's rigid, that's gonna hold that shape of your foot. So they're a lot more comfortable, and I feel good. I can tell you, I feel a lot better walking around and standing on my feet all day in boots than I ever did in sneakers. And so just to end off that point, guys, I think that a leather pair of boots is going to get better with age and last a hell of a lot longer, and you're going to be proud to wear these season after season. So another point that's connected to that too is that if you spend, let's say, $300 on a pair of these boots, right, and you buy sneakers every year for like $50 or $100, these boots will eventually pay for themselves. So it's like, not only do you enjoy wearing them for longer, but it's actually a smarter decision. Even though at first you might think that it's more expensive to buy boots, really in the long run, if you wear these you could literally wear these for 10 years, you could resole them actually. Whereas for sneakers, right, if they wear down the bottom, you have to throw them out. You could literally resole these boots and have them for 10 plus years, and they really do pay for themselves 100% in the long run. So finally, I know the biggest reason I think why people would still wear sneakers is really just because they look cooler, they look cleaner, and I get that. But I think as a style guy, I'm not an authority figure or anything like that, but I know that I have an Instagram page and I experiment a lot with different looks. And I think a lot of guys are really impressed by the way, boots can like elevate your look. I think to me, it makes me feel like more mature, more grown up. I know a lot of people, they struggle, let's say from that high school kind of sneakers, track pant stuff when they want to get more professional looking. If you're not in an office setting especially, but even if you're in an office setting, you could still wear boots. And I think making that change from sneakers again to boots it looks more mature. What's kind of funny for me is that because I'm a shorter guy, you get that extra height on the heel, which I really appreciate also. But to me, it just looks a lot more mature, and looks like you can even think about the symbolism of a boot, which is originally right to do work in. That it shows that you're ready to go to work. It shows that you're a professional. Versus sneakers, kind of gives off the implication that you're running, you're lounging around, you're not doing anything that's necessarily serious. So to me, I just think boots give off a much more professional, a much more grown-up vibe. And continuing that thought, when I wake up and I put on my boots, I know that I'm ready for a work day. I'm ready to be productive, and I know my boots are there to support me. Whereas I know when I put on sneakers, to me, I just feel like I'm ready to lounge around, not really do anything productive. So now my collection has grown to, I have like 20 pairs of boots now. So the truth is, like I was saying, you don't need this many boots. You really only need like 1 or 2 pairs of boots because they will last you a long time. But let's go through them. I have the Red Wing Mock Toes, I have the Iron Rangers, I have the Beckmans, I have the Blacksmiths, I got a pair of Wolverines, I got 2 pairs of Eastlands, I got the Clark Wallabies, I got the Clark Desert Boots, I have a pair of Blunts Toes, those are very classic. I got a pair of Not Oats, I have some dress boots from Johnston Murphy. And also because I'm on Instagram, I've got a couple, which is awesome. I got a couple brands to send me their boots to try out. So I've got the Sutros, I've got Paul Evans, those are really cool for dressing up, and also Beckett Simone makes some killer boots too. So I've got a really nice collection. Oh, I also got these Doc Martens, which are really iconic too. I love the Doc Martens too. So just to sum up the video, I think you guys will be a lot happier off if you ditch the sneakers and go buy yourself a pair of boots. So if you don't have already, do it. Go out, buy yourself a pair of boots, wear them for a week, and then come back to this video, leave a comment, and maybe just start the conversation, and we'll see how you guys feel, and if you agree with me, do you think that boots are a lot better than sneakers? I think you'll look better, and I think you'll feel better. So if you like the video, guys, and you want more content, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow me on Instagram too, that's always a good idea, and I'll see you guys in the next one.